My late wife already left me. Is she going to leave me too? I made reservations at fancy restaurants, bought her expensive gifts, and yet she broke up with me. He debates everything, unpacks everything, dissects everything, and I am so sick of it. Well, a lot of well meaning men let good relationships slip through their fingers because they are oblivious. Hi, I'm Anisa Hassan, and you may have seen me on the Straits Times, Channel News Asia, Bloomberg, CNBC, CNN, and various media outlets where I've been called Asia's ultimate matchmaker. Well, that's because my team and I have successfully paired over 1,000 global professionals, business owners, high net worth individuals, international authors, beauty queens, celebrities, former politicians, and even a member of a royal family. In fact, I'm here in Germany to also interview an entrepreneur who owns this apple orchard, and he is committed to find his lifetime partner. But first, let me tell you about two of my male clients whose relationships were in crisis. Conrad is a 48-year-old lawyer who sought an articulate and sophisticated woman as a partner. I introduced him to Sheena, who is exactly the kind of woman he was looking for. The two hit it off and started a relationship. But because of his professional background, Conrad tended to be interrogative and argumentative. Everything was a moot point, including what to have for lunch or where to go for the weekend. It became exhausting and not at all endearing. Instead of getting to know Sheena better, he was judgmental, always assertive about what he perceived to be right or wrong. Well, soon Sheena grew tired of being unseen and unheard. She wanted to walk out of the relationship. Meanwhile, Linus is a 50-year-old investor who has all the external expressions of success. Linus came from a single-parent family, and from a young age, he was taught to work hard for whatever he wanted. I matched Linus with Amanda, and they established a relationship. Amanda is from a humble background and isn't easily swayed by Linus's kind of success, but she appreciates him for who he is. Even after they started dating, Linus constantly worked late, and Amanda was always waiting for him to finish work to spend time with him. He regularly pushed back their meeting time, sometimes keeping Amanda waiting till 11 p.m. for dinner. There were even times when he cancelled on her after she already arrived at the restaurant for their date. He would offer to pay for her taxi back home, thinking that made it okay. Every now and then, he sent an occasional bouquet of flowers to apologize for bailing. When Amanda broke up with Linus, he was so surprised. How could a lady whom he had wooed with expensive dinners and flowers not want him anymore? Conrad and Linus thought their relationships were going well. So how did it go so terribly wrong? When they consulted with me, they were both at a loss. So when I spoke to Conrad about how his domineering nature had hurt the relationship, he told me, I'm the man, so I decide where to go, what to eat, or what is good for her. He had the misconception that women want decisive men with leadership qualities, which is well, but not every woman wants that kind of assertion. I reminded him that Sheena has her own preferences too. What you do in the boardroom cannot be transferred to matters of the heart. Sometimes you should take the lead by asking questions. It can make you even more attractive to the women. And Conrad took my advice because he knew that Sheena is the high-value woman he wants in his life. He toned it down. Instead of finding a loophole in every argument, he learned to listen. Conrad didn't change who he was, but he managed to become a more pleasant companion. The couple made up and are happily in love today. In fact, Sheena recently remarked to me that Conrad is a genteel. As for Linus, the hardworking investor who slaved into the night every day, I helped him see that he had made Amanda feel like she was just an option and not the priority. All his expensive presents didn't matter to her because her love language is quality time and not receiving gifts. Ultimately, Linus had to learn to prioritize. If Amanda is important to him, he has to make time to be there for her the way he expects her to be there for him. Following the newfound revelation, Linus scaled back on his work and successfully won her back. This time, he is determined to show her that she is more than just an option. A lot of men think that as long as they can provide for the women, that is enough. Unfortunately, that is not the case. You must establish an emotional connection if you want your relationship to last, and that requires making your partner your priority. Thankfully, Conrad and Linus were able to save their relationships. They always had good intentions, but along the way, their good intentions got lost in their oblivion. What they needed was an objective, third-party observer to point out where they had gone off course. I am happy to be that voice of reason. Well, if just like Conrad and Linus, you have let your relationship slip through your fingers and you don't want to make the same mistake with your next one, click on the link around this video to access a free 15-minute presentation. We will explore how you can find a long-term, committed, and loving relationship regardless of your past mistakes. Take action today and let us help you find your soulmate.